Ezekiel 7 and 14. They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakabodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Israel that rule well, and shalom to the Achium, Aquathium, and the speckled bird listening and learning, shalom. Ezekiel 7 and 14. They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle. So brothers have been out here, and we have brothers that have been out here for 30, 40 years. Then the 11th hour came in and taught the new covenant, okay? And we have blown that trumpet, okay, of salvation to make all ready, all right? But none of these men that say that they're Israelites, or none of these men that have been out here for years and years teaching the truth or teaching the curriculum of the understanding of the Holy Scriptures have given any thought to what the 11th hour is taught. You go into that parable, okay, those that came in at the first hour into the field, they were invited into the field, okay? That first hour, the third hour, okay, the sixth hour, the ninth, all right? They were blowing the trumpet, okay, but then you had men come in and teach the new covenant to make things ready. All right, we're going to teach you salvation now, okay? And none of them came to the battle. None of them wanted to take on this fight. All right, so they're getting ready to receive, okay, what they've asked for. All right, their judgment. Just like Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. They're getting ready to get their judgment. Okay? Let me read it again. They have blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none go up to the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. So the Most High is saying his wrath is upon the multitude, man, because you didn't want to take heed. All right? That's why a man is put in a tower. A man is put in a tower to do what? To blow a trumpet when he sees the enemy coming. To blow a trumpet so that you can prepare yourself to be safe. Okay? That's what a man is put in a tower for. That's why men are out here on the highways and hedges we're crying and sighing to the Most High, but we're also giving his message, to the people, man, to 2/3 of Israel, to the people that we're trying to get a multitude of people to come into this truth, man, but they're not listening. So the Most High is getting ready to bring his judgment. He said his wrath is upon the multitude, man. Okay? All right, verse 15. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. Okay? So there's going to be, all hell is going to be breaking loose out here, man. All right? It's going to be like a whirlwind. The judgments, the pestilence, the sword, okay? It's going to be all around you, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's not a goddamn thing you're going to be able to do about it, okay? All right, the sword is within, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. Okay? So famine and pestilence what is going to happen to a lot of these people out here when this economy collapses? What's going to happen to them? A lot of them are going to be put to death. Okay? The sword, man. The pestilence, all the diseases that they're getting ready to unleash. The famine, the food, man. There ain't going to be no food. The grocery stores are going to be empty. People are going to be looking at other people. What's that cartoon, Bugs Bunny? When Bugs Bunny got on the ship at the end, bon voyage, see you later, goodbye. What happened? They looked at each other. One was a hot dog and one was a hamburger. They show you these things, man, because they know that this is what's going to happen after you're hungry for a few days. Okay? A lot of people are getting ready to experience being eaten slowly, because you have people that know how to keep you alive, man. You know, there's people out here that know how to keep you alive. They'll take a leg, an arm. You see, all right. So the sword is within, or the sword is without. Salakia. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour. Like I said, but they that escape of them shall escape, and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys, all of them mourning, every one for his iniquity. All these people that don't get killed by the sword, okay, the modern day sword is a gun. Okay, so those that don't die from the sword, or those that don't die from the famine or the pestilence, okay, these people are still going to be in mourning, man. These people are still going to be dealing with mental issues, man, because of all of the things that they have seen. Okay, all hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. What I just said. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them. What I just said about the mental issues, all the horrors that they have seen, the things that they have seen. Okay, now most of these people are going to bug the fuck out, man. Okay, Jake is getting ready. Jake is getting ready to see something. Okay, they've read in books, they've seen on movies. All right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians have seen movies about slavery and things of that nature, but you haven't experienced it. All right. And Donald Trump is setting everything up so that you experience those things that your ancestors experienced. Let me grab some posters. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on a second. I forgot to put my posters out. Gotta put them out so everybody knows what I'm doing out here. Can't be out here without the posters, y'all. You know what I mean? Can't be out here without these posters. Never ever. Never ever. Like it. Definitely got this one out. Yep. That's what we're doing over here. And I'll put this one over there. I'll put this one right here. Hope the wind don't start blowing. All right, so lock in, y'all. I gotta put my posters out real quick. You know what I mean? All right, verse 18. I'm gonna read that again. But they that is no, that's 16. So lock in. Verse 18, Ezekiel 7 and 18. All right, they shall gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon all their heads. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of wrath and the wrath of the Lord, man. Let me read that again. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahweh. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity. So all the things we're told, we have blown the trumpet, okay? We have told our people, the children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, okay? We have blown the trumpet, which is a warning, all right? We have warned the children of Israel, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians, that there is something coming. Okay, You're being surrounded by the military of the nation of Edom. Okay, the nation of Edom is compassing the city, like when Yahushua told the people that when you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, okay, then you got to flee to the mountains. All right. So when we're telling you that Jerusalem are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, this guy got a Like a, I'm looking at he got a stuffed fucking a grenade on his backpack. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All right, I like that. So when Salakia, when we're telling you that Jerusalem, okay, is being compassed with armies, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Okay. Oh yeah, we when we taught the curriculum, we were telling you the fear that you need to have of the Lord. Okay. You have to have fear of the Most High, right? This guy over here trying to sneak a picture. It's okay, man. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm on video. I'm on YouTube. I'm sure the CIA and the FBI and everybody went with the things that the brothers like myself are teaching. They're watching us. I don't give a shit if somebody takes a picture of me. I mean, if they ready to kill my ass, it's okay. I've done my job. You know what I mean? Straight the fuck up. You know? I ain't scared. I ain't running from none of these fucking cowards. Esau the fucking bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a straight fucking coward. You know, he gotta blow you up from fucking 1,000 miles away. Fucking punk ass nigga. You know? But like I was saying, Jerusalem, we're trying to blow the trumpet, and Jerusalem is compassed with armies, right? And none of these people, like the people that didn't want to leave Jerusalem when they were told, hey, when you start seeing the Roman army come, all right, I'm telling you, get the fuck out of here. When you start seeing these things, you got to get out of here. So right now, we actually cannot leave. Okay, we have our way of escape is the new covenant. That's the only way that you can get out of what's coming. That's the only way that you can get out of the horrors. Okay, that I read. Where is that? Verse 18. Okay, they shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall compass them. The only way that you can escape these horrors, the only way that you can get out of losing your goddamn mind is by coming into the new covenant. And I heard the brother yesterday when he was talking about Yahweh the Maccabees was saying that we have comfort even in the things that we see. We know what's getting ready to happen. We know the economy is getting ready to collapse. We know that all hell is getting ready to break loose. What's up, brother? You know you're Israel? You're Israelite? Yes, sir. You see? We know that all hell is going to break loose, right? We know that these things are going to take place. We know the horrors that these people are going to see. Okay, we understand that. Yeah, we're still men. We're still human beings. We're still in this flesh, and we understand that we can be taken at any time too. You see, anytime. But we have comfort. All right, because we understand the new covenant. Okay, that's why we have comfort. All right. 1 Peter 4:17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God, of our power. Okay, yeah, of Yahweh. Where's that judgment going to begin if it's talking about the house? Okay, it's talking about these men that were invited in. Okay, these men that came in at the first hour. That's Matthew the 20th chapter. You want to read it? All right. Matthew the 20th chapter explains to you that men were invited into the house, into the field. Okay, hey, come on in my house, man. I got some work for you to do. All right. So Matthew the 20th chapter explains the house are the men that were invited into the field at the first hour, the third hour, the sixth hour, the ninth hour, and then those men that came in at the 11th hour started teaching the new covenant. Okay, so where's the judgment going to start at? With those men that did not want to come in, man. I just read it back in Ezekiel, the 7th chapter. Okay, we blew the trumpet to make all ready. Okay. Now, see, they'll say, "Oh, well, we blew the trumpet too." Yeah, but you calling yourselves apostles? The scriptures tell us that when you call yourself an apostle, and the only people that are calling themselves are apostle are those men at Great Millstone. You can't say that you're an apostle, but you're not teaching the new covenant because that's what they taught. Okay, you can't do that, man. So the scriptures tell us that those that say that they are apostles and are not, okay, but they are liars. So these men that say that they're apostles are liars, man, because they're the only people on the planet calling themselves that today. All right. I mean, think about that shit. You'll be a damn fool to believe somebody that's telling you they're an apostle of the Most High, but they're not teaching the new covenant. And that's what was taught by the 12, man. And then the people that they woke up to the truth, okay, or to the covenant, the new covenant, the gospel, the good news, okay. So the Most High said that he's going to start at his house, man, and which means that those men that call themselves apostles and they're not, he's going to start a judgment at that very spot, man. Okay, there's no getting around it. Okay. And I was thinking about this the other night. If Nate would call himself an apostle, there'd be 1,000 fucking videos coming out of Great Millstone about that. You know, and their reasoning why he's not. You see? But what did the scriptures say? That the apostles would be last. That's the 11th hour. All right? I'm getting around it, man. All right? For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh our power. And if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel? What's going to be the end of those that follow these men? Okay? If the blind lead the blind, they both shall fall into a ditch, right? So when the judgment starts at the house of the Most High, which is those men that are saying that they are something that they are not, okay, not teaching the new covenant, what is going to happen to the people that follow them? All of the people that are following them are not the Zakba. What's going to happen to them? You know, like I always say, there are secret disciples among Great Millstone. There's secret disciples amongst their followers. They're finding it hard to separate themselves from these men. Okay, you know, because a lot of them watch because of the folly. They watch because they like to see people destroyed. That's the sentiment, okay, or the attitude that we have in Israel, man. Okay, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, they like to see folly. They like to see people get put to death. They like to see people get beat up. They like to see people do dumb shit. That's what our people do, man. They're a bunch of a lot of them are gonna die, man. You see? You know? This fucking Edomite chick that just walked by smiling and giggling like, this ain't funny. You know? I can talk about my people all fucking day long, but I'm gonna talk about yours next week. You goddamn devils. You know what I'm saying? All right. So let me read that again. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh, our power. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end of them? What shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel? The gospel, the good news, the new covenant. If you're not believing, if you're saying you're not in the new covenant, and you're in this truth, the Most High is going to put your ass to death. Okay. A lot of you that have been in here for all of these years, 10, 20, 30, damn near 40 years. A lot of you men are going to get put to death, man, because you're not teaching the gospel. You're not teaching the gospel. Okay? You only taught, the only reason why most of you were brought in here was to teach the men of the new covenant. Wake those men up that are teaching the new covenant. Okay? For no other reason. You were born in vain, man. All right, all your work is been done in vain. A lot of you brothers are still out here thinking that you're in the truth, man. But the Most High is going to fucking kill you. You know. You see, He woke me up to the new covenant. I had to separate myself from another brother that we talked like fucking 50 feet from where I'm standing right now for years together. We were out there for a couple years together, man. You know? And I started teaching. I put a video up about the new covenant. You know what I mean? And the brothers, it was like, man, I can't do it. I can't get down with it. You know? So I had to separate myself from that brother, and that hurt. You know what I mean? That shit hurt like a motherfucker. I still, you know what I mean? I talk to the brother. I think he might be around the corner teaching right now. You know? You know? And that's good. I told him keep pushing. Keep pushing the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know? Don't stop doing something, you know what I mean? Because I choose to walk in a different path. You know what I mean? That none of you brothers should ever do that. That's why when I talk about integrity, okay, the Most High he's gonna choose those with that integrity, man. Okay, their ethics when it comes to dealing with this truth. All right, you see, that's why I said in my other video a couple of days ago about Nate. About the dream Tahar had. How he might get the oil. I had a dream he was going to get the oil back at the end. You see? And he might come into the gospel. Okay? The good news, the new covenant. And he's going to bring all of those men. Because they're going to follow every fucking thing he says, man. You see? And we're not asking Nate to give up his position. Okay? We're not asking Tahar, Gabar, we're not asking any of those men to give up their position. What we're asking them is to come into the new covenant so we can seal the elect. That's it. All right? This gospel must be taught, and then the end shall come. That's all we're asking. We're not telling you, we're not telling you we're going to take over. We're going to take all of your men that are in your camps. You know? That's foolishness. That's not our position. Okay? Our position is to teach the new covenant and seal the elect of Israel. Okay? That's it. All right? Slovakia. That's gross. Slovakia, y'all. Clear my damn throat. Man, I know you ain't standing the fuck right there. Jeremiah 30:6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned to paleness. What's getting ready to happen on this planet? The economy is going to collapse. All hell is going to break loose. And you're going to see grown-ass men that are going to be in fear, man. They're going to be horrified by the things that they see. They're going to be horrified at the loss of employment, the economy collapsing. They don't have any money. They can't feed their children. Okay? So these men are going to be in travail. These men are going to have their hands, and they're going to be curled up in a fetal position, man. Okay? That's what's going to happen. You see? All right? Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. The times that we're getting ready to come into. Okay, when you're talking about economic collapse, total economic collapse, you're talking about mass homelessness. Okay, when you're talking about these types of things, all right, this is when we're talking about Jacob's trouble. We can see what's happening in LA. All right. They just put troops in 19 states or 19 cities, okay? U.S. military in these cities. And basically, they're going into Jake neighborhoods, our so called Black, Latino, and Native American Indian neighborhoods, okay? That's Jacob's trouble. That's what I'm reading right now, okay? Because Jake or Jacob is the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You can see it on the sign. It's in the scriptures, the holy scriptures. They're putting military or surrounding, like I said earlier, when you see when you see Jerusalem, okay, all right, where Israel is a people, okay, before it is a place. All right, when you see it compassed with armies, then you're going to have to get out of there. How are you going to get out? You're going to have to get out through the new covenant in this day. All right, the scriptures are clear about that. You're going to have to get out of. You're going to have to get out of these situations by entering into the new covenant. You're going to have the thawah, or that mark of exemption, to get out of the shit that is getting ready to happen on these streets that we are on right now. Okay, everybody walking around, everybody's going to get coffee and tea and crumpets and fucking, whatever, biscuits and, you know what I'm saying? All right, whatever the fuck they eat in the morning, their little weird ass appetites and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, you see? Everybody's comfortable right now because they don't understand what's getting ready to take place. They don't. Judgment, heavy ass judgment is coming to this place, man. There's nothing no one can fucking do about it. President Trump can't do shit about our chump, that chump ass nigga. He can't do nothing about it. Okay? It's too late, man. You people had an opportunity, the so called white man had an opportunity that was given to him by the Most High to rule righteously, man. But what did he do? He used the Bible to deceive you and keep your ass asleep. He used the Bible to keep the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians from understanding that they are the children of Israel. Okay? So it's too late. There's nothing no one can do to stop what's coming, man. All hell is getting ready to break loose. Judgment is going to go forth. And Jacob's trouble is the beginning of that. And Jacob's trouble, and like I read earlier about the those that are in the house of the Most High, those that are teaching this truth are going to catch hell first. Okay? And I tell my wife all the time, they're coming there. They're going to probably come get me soon. She says, I know. I understand that. Okay? But being as though I have the Tawah, or that mark of exemption, okay, that mark of exemption is going to keep me from certain troubles, man. Okay? They might take me, but they might release me shortly thereafter. Okay? Because the Most High he's gonna allow me to speak what needs to be spoken, and then they're not gonna find, just like the brother always says, man. There's no gall going to be found in these men's mouths. There's not. You can't, if we're sticking to the scriptures, okay. Yeah, maybe there's some things that we're saying that they might say, oh, that it's offensive, or it goes against our principle. Well, they're making laws right now where that's the case. Okay. Shit, Salakia. You know, that freedom of speech is being taken away from us right now. Okay, it's being taken, and they're going to use. Like the law that they put out about speaking on the little hat, big nose people. Okay, if you speak out about the little hat, big nose people, they can put you in jail for 10 years or whatever, and give you $1 million fine or some bullshit. Okay. She wanted to smile, but she couldn't. It's all good. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I say, man. These people don't have a fucking clue, boy. They think that what I'm doing out here, what us brothers are doing out here is a fucking joke. It's funny. All right? But when you have every movie that you watch, every disaster movie, I'm gonna put it that way. Every disaster movie, you got a black guy with a rough garments on, a dirty old potato sack or some shit, holding up the end of shit. You know what I mean? So they were actually mocking the prophets, man. That's all about, man. So we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And everybody, and at the end, when the shit started getting real, everybody ran to that man. They thought they were going to be safe with him. You know what I mean? And that's what's getting ready to happen, man. These guys, bro, you just pay attention, bro. We're the shit. We are the shit. We are, I'm telling you. Yep. Your hands down, man. Okay. What's up, bro? All right. All right. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with a child. Therefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail. And all faces are turned to paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Hey, how's it going? All right. All right, man. It is even the time, yep, take it easy. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Fucking faggot. Your young brother with him, too. You know what I mean? Some weird ass shit. All right? Salakia, that shit is vexing, man. You know what I'm saying? Weird ass nigga. Fucking and the young brother, man. That's why Jake's getting ready to get fucked up. You know? Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, let me read that again. All right. Verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay? So Jacob's trouble is when the economy collapses and all hell starts breaking loose. But who is going to be saved out of it? Like I said earlier, you have to have that tawab. Okay? You have to have that mark of exemption to be saved out of Jacob's trouble. There's no getting around it. If you're not teaching the new covenant, the Most High is going to kill your ass. If you say you're a man of the Lord and you ain't teaching the new covenant, you say you're an apostle, you say you're an elder, and you're not teaching the new covenant, the Most High is going to put your ass to death. Okay? You don't have the, you're not going to have the tawah. You're going to have on the wrong garment. Okay? When the judgments start taking place. You can't get around it. All right? For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck. That's the Most High. When the economy collapses, Esau's yoke is going to be broken off our neck, man. We're no longer going to be bound by him. Okay, it's going to be even. It's going to be an even playing ground. All right. There's no the rules are no longer unbreakable. All right. When that yoke or that bondage that Esau has us in, the so-called white man, all right, when that economy collapses, there's going to be no more yoke, man. And the economy is getting ready to collapse. And the Most High is going to do that to take that yoke off of our damn necks. All right? He had a yoke of iron on us. That yoke of iron is his economy, his finances, his money. Okay? When he no longer has that to control the narrative, all right, what's going to happen? Jake is going to lose their fucking minds, man. These so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians that don't have anything to lose, they're going to lose it. Okay? And Esau can have all the guns. And I was thinking about this yesterday. I was thinking about this movie, Final Destination. I think it was either number 2, I believe it was 2, when the brother from the show Living Single, I can't remember his name, but that brother, when they started finding out that death was following, trying to get him, right? When they started finding that out, and the brother was like, "Fuck that! I'm going to take myself out now." You know what I mean? I'm not gonna wait for him to kill me the way he wants to kill me. I'm gonna do it myself. He took the cop's gun and he put it to his head and click. He pulled the trigger. Oh, he tried to pop himself 5 times. Pop, pop, clap, 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 clap. And they were like, it's almost impossible. And no, it actually is impossible. That all of the 5 or 6 rounds that were in the revolver did not go off. You see what I'm saying? All right. This is what man. This is. You got to understand. Esau can have all the guns that he wants. You know. But what is going to happen when all hell starts breaking loose? The Most High is going to the composition of the powders can be changed, man, spiritually. These guys don't understand that. Okay? These guys don't understand that Yahweh Shai has control over all matter on this planet. You know what I'm saying? The 144,000 are going to have control over all matter on this planet. Okay? I have said that ye are gods, man. I want to do that video probably midweek. Okay? So the control over the matter, control over the elements, okay, is going to be in the hands of what? These men. It's in the hands of Yahweh Shai, right? Okay? So when the economy collapses, what is going to take place? What's going to take place when the economy collapses? When all hell starts breaking loose? The so-called white man is going to be compassed in Jerusalem with armies, right? You see? He's going to compass Jerusalem with armies, and having the Thawab, or having that spiritual power, is going to allow certain men to change the composition. Change the composition in this man's gun. Not like that, but I'm just saying. You know, just like Neo in the movie The Matrix. You know? I just told you that the man pulled the trigger 5 fucking times, 6 times, and each bullet failed. It didn't fire. Okay? That's not by coincidence. That was something that's you weren't supposed to die yet. Right? The Most High he's gonna have that taking place on this earth, man. You'll be surrounded, your house could be surrounded by military. The next thing you know, something will happen. You know what I'm saying? Where none of their weapons fire, man. Nothing works. You see? All right? Salakia. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. Nobody is going to be putting us back into slavery ever again. Once that yoke, once this economy collapses, it's over for all the nations, man. Okay? Your asses are going into slavery under the children of Israel. All right? 1,000 years of hardcore slavery. Because you're gonna clean this planet up, and well, we're gonna help. You know what I mean? There's things that we're gonna do to correct stuff. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's going to be 1,000 years of slavery for all of the other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay? You have to build our nation. You have to build our cities, man, our homes. Okay? First job is to bury the dead. You see? That's what's getting ready to take place, man. All right? You're not going to serve yourselves of the children of Israel anymore. All right? Lazarus and the rich man. Okay? And the dogs that lick the sores of Lazarus, okay? That's the other nations. The rich man is Esau, the so-called white man. Okay? You're not going to put us in slavery again. Esau Donald Trump think he's going to kill so many black people and Latino people and then put the rest in slavery. To have you niggas need to go work on them farms. Well, we're gonna kick all the Mexicans out of the country. All right, Issachar, out the country, and the black people, they'll go work at the farms. Now the farmers are going through hell, man. You know, they don't got nobody to work their fields. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife were laughing about that shit the other day. You know, cause she be on the news. She be hitting me up with some news articles and stuff, and she be talking about how the farmers, okay, construction companies, restaurants, hospitality, all of these other places, people don't want to come to work because they're scared, man. You see? So a lot of these industries are suffering. All right, that's another reason why the economy is going to fucking collapse. Okay, that's why food prices are going to start skyrocketing. You see? Y'all. Yeah. All right. I'm just saying. I'm just the messenger. All right. Second Chronicles 15 and 12. And they entered into a covenant to seek Yahweh, Yah our power, of their fathers with all their hearts and with all their souls, that whosoever would not seek Yahweh, our power, Yahweh our power, of Israel should be put to death. But I just get done saying about those men. We blew the trumpet. Damn, lady, what's going on with your brakes? Shut. You know what I'm saying? Brakes is squeaking like a motherfucker. So, it's like it, y'all. Second Chronicles 15 and 12. And they entered into a covenant to seek Yahweh, their power, of their fathers with all their heart and with all their souls, that whosoever would not seek Yahweh, our power of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. Where is the Most High going to? Where is He going to start His judgment at? Okay. If you didn't want to, let me read it again. And they entered into a covenant to seek Yahweh. Okay. Now we know that the first covenant, the letter, okay, is bondage because we can't keep all the laws. If a man tries to keep one law, he has to keep. He's a debtor to keep all of them, right? So we had to enter into the liberty, okay, of the blood of a Mashiach Yahushai, all right, to have that, to be able to separate ourselves from that bondage, okay. So we've separated ourselves from that bondage, okay, or the law, all right, not to not keep the laws, all right, not to not keep the laws, okay, because the laws are put in our inward parts when we understand the new covenant. All right, we explained Jeremiah 31 to 35. All right, and a lot of brothers still try to go to that to try to say that we we don't got the new bodies, we don't got this, or you know what I mean. But you can't use that. You don't have understanding. That's why we try to tell you, if you come into the new covenant, then you'll understand that. If you come into the understanding that you are under the liberty, okay, of a Mashiach's blood, Yahweh Shai's blood, okay, and not under the bondage of the letter, then you'll understand why it says that in Jeremiah the 31st chapter. Okay? The laws will be put in your inward parts. Why? Because you'll come into the new covenant. All right? So that whosoever would not seek Yahweh, God of Israel, shall be put to death. If you don't come into the new covenant, what's going to happen to you? You're not going to have the Thawah. You're not going to have that mark of exemption. Okay? You are not going to have that a mark of exemption, man. Okay? And the Most High is going to put your ass to death. As simple as that. All right? Salakia, y'all. I'm keeping an eye on my time. My phone be running out of fucking time. So I'm going to try to stop speaking so much on other points. I'm going to try to stick strictly to the scriptures. And Salakia for that. All right? I'm trying to get a edifying lesson out if I can. All right? See if I got anything else. Now I'm going to stop there with that one. Hope y'all got the point. Psalm 78:49. All right, because this is when you talk about the Lord putting you to death, okay, and experiencing the wrath because of your disobedience. Okay, this is what the Most High is going to get ready to do to the children of Israel, starting at the house. Like I said earlier, the house is what? Those men that have come in at the first hour, the third hour, the sixth, and the ninth hour. That when the 11th hour started teaching the new covenant, they did not want to come in. And I just read that. Okay, if you do not want to seek Yahweh, your power, the power of Israel, okay, and come into that covenant, the new covenant, what is going to happen to you? He's going to put your ass to death. Okay, so Psalms 78 and 49. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath and indignation, that righteous anger, and trouble by sending evil angels among them. Okay, what are the evil angels? Okay, the spirit, he's going to put the spirit on these Edomites to start putting you people to death, man. Okay, starting at his house, he's going to put those spirits created for vengeance out here. Okay, that might be a good video to put out over the next couple of days. The spirits created for vengeance. Okay, because we're getting ready to see that, man. We're getting ready to see destruction and death like we've never seen it before, man. What did I just read in Ezekiel, the 7th chapter? Okay, about Jacob's trouble. All right, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. What's happening right now? Military troops are being put in the cities, okay, where the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians are being deemed savages. Okay, but the so-called white man has been going all over the earth, killing fucking people for their resources. Okay, but we're the savages, right? Yeah, you gotta, I mean, the game is over, man. All right, the lies and all the other bullshit is over with, man. You're gonna call so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians savages, but you've been at war with every goddamn body on the planet, stealing their resources. Okay, you see, putting sanctions on every goddamn body. That's all the fuck you white people do, man. All right, but we're the savages. You see, I don't understand that. Your president calling blacks and Latinos fucking savages, but y'all killing every goddamn body, taking their resources and shit. Fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying, y'all? These people make me fucking sick, man. I can't fucking wait, man. All right? Psalm 78 and 49. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath and indignation and trouble by sending evil angels among them. He made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death, but gave their life over to the pestilence. Okay? And smote all the firstborn of Egypt. I'm going to stop right there. Let me go back to 50. He made a way to his anger. He spared not their soul from death, but he gave their life over to the pestilence. Okay? All right? So Yahweh, okay, our power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, he's getting ready to give his children, all right, 2/3 of the children of Israel are going to be given over to the so-called white man, all right, and he's going to have his way with them, okay. That's what's getting ready to take place, all right. You see, that's what's coming to this place, man. All right, our people are getting ready to be fucking destroyed, man. And then the righteous of the children of Israel are going to be taken out of this place. All right, we're going to get out of here while you people are getting your asses kicked in. Okay. Let me get 2 Kings 2 and 23. All right. And he went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head. Go up, thou bald head. Okay? They were mocking a prophet. Okay, they didn't want to listen to the words of a prophet, man. All right, and that's what a lot of our people do. They come by, they look at you, okay. They don't inquire, they don't ask any questions. But what these men are doing out here on the highways and hedges, trying to save souls, trying to save people, and tell them to come into the new covenant, and people are mocking and laughing and giggling, thinking that this is a joke. But the Bible is getting ready to reveal itself as being true, and it already has. Okay, the book of Ezekiel, man, 36, 37, 38, 34. All right, talking about all of the nations coming against the nation of Edom. Okay, all these other nations are getting ready to come against the so-called white man. Why? Because of all their treachery. Okay, they paint a picture and try to make everybody else a villain except for their fucking selves. Okay, all right. So, and the nations are mad. They're pissed off. All right, they're tired of dealing with you goddamn people, man. All right, but this is I'm speaking on about our 2/3 of the children of Israel, okay, which includes them that say that they are in the truth, man. All right, calling us bug outs and demons and assholes, okay. You're calling us that's you. You're doing the same thing as these children, man. They were talking to Ezra's. No, Salakia. Salakia. They weren't talking to Ezra's, but they were mocking a prophet. Okay. All right. So I'm going to continue reading. Hello. All right. And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of Yahweh. And there came 2 she-bears out of the woods and tear 42 children of them. So when they mocked this prophet, what happened? He sent out a curse. And he asked the Lord, hey man, hey, go deal with these kids, man. All right? I'm not going to put a curse on these brothers that are in the truth. The Lord is going to do, he got his plans for y'all asses, man. That been calling brothers bug outs, demons, and assholes. Okay? But when when this prophet asked, okay, Elisha, okay, asked the Lord to send these judgment upon these children. What did the Lord do? He sent the bears out and tore their asses up. Okay? Okay? It was the prophet Elisha. They were mocking the prophet Elisha. Okay? And what have men that say that they are men of God, okay? All right, that are teaching the curriculum, all right? And when men came and said we are teaching the new covenant, what did these men do? They mocked us. They called us they said we had demons on us. We're bug outs and assholes. Right? It's like it. You see? We're bug outs, we're assholes, we're demons. Okay? They said all these things about us, man. Talking about brothers when they go in the hospital. Why are you in the hospital if you're in the new covenant? You see? The new covenant doesn't start being on a chariot, bro. The new covenant doesn't start when you get a new body. Okay? The new covenant starts by it says that you have to be in the liberty, right? If you're in the liberty, okay, or you're covered by the blood of a Mashiach Yahushua, okay, then what does that mean? That's the beginning stages, man. All right? We have to be tested and we have to be tried. That's why you have to come into the new covenant right now. So you can be tested and tried. This is how a king and a priest is molded, man. Okay, a king and a priest is going to be molded and tried before he's put in that position. Like what was that movie? Gladiator. The movie Gladiator, and I can't remember the names of the men, but the king's son, he was unworthy. Okay, he was tested. All right, just like the general. I can't remember his name. Shit, I can't remember his acting name, but you know what the gist of it is. When a king is molded, okay, when a man is molded, all right, and the king's son would show up to the battles after a fight was over, okay. The king's son was kind of, he was a weird ass nigga, basically, okay. And what happened at the end? When the king told him, "Man, my trusted general. My general is more worthy than my own son to run my kingdom. So I'm gonna give power to him." Okay, but what did the son do? Turned around and he killed his dad and took control over the fucking the kingdom. A wicked ass son murdered his own father, took over the kingdom, and then killed the best man that he could possibly have at his side, man. Okay, you see, and this is how a king is molded. You have to come into your own. Okay, I keep on kicking at. You have to come into you have to come into your own. That's why we tell you have to come out of the camp. This is why we tell you uh, uh, that every man, okay, must be fully convinced in his own mind. You must be fully persuaded in your own mind that you're in this truth. And what is the truth? The teaching of the new covenant. Okay, and if you don't come into it, what's going to happen? Going. You're not. You're not going to understand. All right, the ridicule that we receive from these camps. The shit that they talk about, certain brothers, man. You know, that's the only way that you're going to be tested. You can't be tested being surrounded by 30 fucking 60 goddamn people at a camp. All right? Everybody's going to feel comfortable around 30 men. But when you come out here and do this thing by your fucking self, okay? And like the scriptures say, they went out by twos, man. Okay? 2 men at a camp. If you got to do it by your goddamn self, then do it by your damn self. Okay? And if you can't do that, then you're not leadership material, man. Or rulership worthy. You see? You can't be a king and you can't be a priest. Okay? All you're going to be is a fucking follower, man. All right? So all you men that have mocked the messengers, hey, how you doing? Damn. Slag here, y'all. I motherfucking lost my tongue, boy. All right? So let me read that again. And again, and again. All right? Is 2 Kings 2:23. All right? And he went up from thence, talking about Elisha, unto Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, see you in the kingdom. All right? when he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him and said unto him, "Go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head." So these men, yeah, we did. I'm an Israelite. How you doing? All right, yeah. Yeah, you get ready to go into slavery, motherfucker. You know, goddamn dope. Yeah. So these men that have mocked the messenger, okay? When you're talking about the Most High's most trusted, like I was speaking about the movie Gladiator, the king had a trusted general, and he was like, okay, well, my son is not worthy. Okay, so you have men that are inside of you're in the kingdom, okay, because you understand the curriculum, all right, but now you have a test, you have a final, okay, that final exam, all right, is going to determine whether you're worthy to pass the course, okay, and the new covenant is that final. And a lot of you men have failed because you actually denied it. I'm not even taking a test. Okay, so that test was the final was going to determine whether he was going to make it into the kingdom or not, man. Whether you're going to be made a king, whether you were going to be made a priest. Hey, what's up, man?
How are you, sir?
I'm all right. You see? So a lot of these men that have mocked the Most High's message, a lot of these men that have mocked these brothers that are teaching the new covenant, they're not worthy to be kings, man. They're not worthy to be priests. You cannot handle a leadership role, man, because you don't have a leadership mentality. You see, because if you're trying to be surrounded by 60 men or 20 men, okay, to make yourself seem as though you are worthy, man, that's not going to work out too well for you. Just stop around the corner. All right, something going on right around the corner here. All right, so we know what that's talking about. All right, I'm going to go as long as my phone is going. All right, hopefully. All right, Proverbs 1:22. Yep, another one coming. Yep, yep. Proverbs 1:22. That's judgment. Judgment. I ain't tell y'all the building right here, the Marriott, a motherfucker jumped off the roof a couple weeks ago. Splattered right down the fucking street. All right. Proverbs 1:22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? What are they doing? These fools, these foolish men. All right. They delight in their scorning. They delight in calling men fools. They delight in calling men assholes, bug outs, demons. Okay, these foolish men, these simple ones. Okay, they call themselves apostles and elders and deacons and generals and all these other things, man. But they're not worthy. Uh, uh, they're not worthy of a crown, man. They're not worthy to be kings and priests. You know? Because why would you call these men these things? We're not calling you demons and bug outs and assholes, even though we can. You know what I'm saying? But these are the simple ones that delight in their scorning, man. They delight in calling other men outside of their name. All right? Verse 23. Turn ye at my reproof, okay? Listen to these men that are teaching the new covenant. Listen to them. The 11th hour. All right? Those that came in at the last hour, okay, invited into the field at the 11th hour are those men that are teaching the new covenant, and you need to listen to them. That's the Most High telling you, listen at my reproof. Okay? All right? Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words. You see? So those men that are teaching the new covenant, what were you supposed to do? That's the reproof of the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, right? So if he's reproving you and telling you that if you listen, if you listen to these men, I will pour out my spirit on you. That's why we understand. That's why when I decided that my yay was yay, okay, that I wasn't gonna be bound by the old covenant. I was going to come into the liberty of a Mashiach Yahushua. Okay, the spirit was poured out onto me. Okay, because I was still teaching the curriculum. I was still trapped. Okay, but when I decided to say, okay, my yay is yay, I'm in the new covenant, and I taught it, and I had to separate myself from another brother. The spirit got poured out of me, unto me, man, and I understood the new covenant almost immediately. You know, when the brothers were teaching it, Calm, Yahweh the Maccabees, you know, I was, I had to listen to it. I had to listen carefully. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I was fully convinced in my own mind, or fully persuaded Okay, that I was in the truth, man. Okay. Hello. How y'all doing? Good. I'm good. You know, you guys, you know, you're Israelites. You're the children of Israel. You're Israelites. What's that? The people that are in the Bible that are spoken of in the Bible. Oh. Yeah, you're Israelites. You're probably from the tribe of Judah. You might be Benjamin or Levi. Yeah, is that were you on here anywhere? No. You're not on here at all. You're not so-called Negro, West Indian, Jamaican, Haitian. Well, I won't call myself a Negro, but yeah, I probably am one. That's your tribe of Judah. Don't call yourself black no more. You're a Judite. You're from What's that, just another name? No, that's the Bible. The biblical name for the so-called blacks that are in America is Judah. Oh. Yeah, that's us. Oh. Yeah. So we're the people of the Bible, but we've been lied to, and that's why brothers like myself are out here telling us, telling our people about the captivities that we've been in. Okay, and that we're getting ready to get out of this captivity, and we're going to be rulers over the whole planet. Okay. And yeah, oh yeah, that's who you are. So when you read the Bible, that's who you are. You're from the tribe of Judah. Okay. So where did you get Negro from? What's that? That's a byword. When you go into Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter tells us that we would be called bywords and proverbs. So the word Negro or West Indian, Jamaican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Dominican, Mexican, these are all bywords and proverbs to separate us from understanding that we are a tribe, a 12 tribes of Israel. This is all the nations that are on the planet. There's 18 nations. One of the nations is the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. This is what the so-called white man does not want our people to understand this, because that's why their society's collapsing. Oh, okay. You see? I got it. Yeah, their society's collapsing and ours is being ushered in. Oh, okay. You see? So we know that there's 18 nations on the planet, and ours is the 12 tribes of Israel, and you would be from the tribe of Judah. Okay. Okay? And all of these are your family members. All of these people, blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, are all our family. Okay? So that's what we are, and that's what they call us. That's what they, yep. This is what we are, that's what they call us. Got it. All right? Thank you. Yes, ma'am. You all take it easy, all right? All right? You see? All right, so let me go back to Proverbs 1 and 22. Okay, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Okay, so these men that continue to call brothers like myself, Yahweh the Maccabees, Kamyakal, Shalom Abba, two witnesses, Akawar, okay, they call us bug outs. Okay, they call us demons, they call us assholes. These men are delighting in their scorn. Okay, so they're unworthy of being rulers. They're not rulership material, man. Period. You see, they're unworthy of ruling a planet, man. They're unworthy of ruling over a city. Okay, what's up, brother? You just spoke to me at the fucking grocery store, you fucking clown, punk ass nigga. See, that's our people, man. Brother, I grew up with him. He spoke to me at the grocery store, then he looked at me like I was a goddamn fool. Okay? All right, man. Yeah, see, this is what a lot of you men don't think about. You come out here by yourself, and the people that you think you know, all right, that you cool with, they'll ride by you when you're by yourself out here and look at you like you're crazy. That's what he looked at me like, man. That nigga's crazy. Well, fuck yeah, I'm crazy. You know, you got to be a little nuts to be out here teaching this truth, and the Most High put that spirit on us. Like, fuck y'all. Okay? So now I ain't even going to speak to that motherfucker no more. I hope he find me. I'll punch him in his fucking face. So look here, y'all. You know? All right, verse 23. Turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. That's what I was just talking about. Okay? The Most High, you have to come into the new covenant and say your yea, and then the spirit is going to be poured out for your understanding. Okay? You will understand it after you say your yea. All right? After you separate yourself. Okay? No ifs, ands, or buts. Verse 24, because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Okay? He's calling you. Hey, man, come into the new covenant. These men are telling you you have to come in order for you to get the understanding. Okay? But you're refusing. Okay? All right? But ye have said it not all my counsel and would none of my reproof. We ain't you teach what the fuck you want to teach. Ain't that what the Manatazak said? Manatazak bar? Didn't he say that? You teach what you teach, and I'm gonna teach what I'm teaching. Okay? That's what he said. But ye have said it, and not all my counsel, and want none of my reproof. We ain't trying to hear that shit. You know? If you watching them niggas from the New Covenant, then don't watch us. Take your ass over there and be destroyed. Okay? That's how he talks and shit. Fucking nigga, man. All right? Verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Because a lot of you brothers don't really realize or understand that the Most High, when he set these men out, okay, is most trusted, okay, with this message, all right, and you mock them and you said to hell with the reproof for the Most High, okay. I understand the scriptures. I don't need to listen to these niggas. They're newbies. They're startups. What do they call us? Startup camps, starter camps, or you know what I mean? You know, like the spirit ain't dealing with us. You know, they the only ones that got the spirit, but they don't even got that because they don't understand the new covenant. That's why they ain't speaking out on it. They ain't touching it. Okay. All right. These scriptures are talking about you Negroes, man. They ain't talking about all the so-called white man or the niggas that don't even want to listen to the truth. Those that are in ignorance. Okay. You got all these so-called blacks, Latinos out here that are in ignorance. I just showed you that. Okay. That sister didn't even know she was on the sign. I said, "Are you on the sign?" She said, "No." I said, "You're not. You know, they call us Negroes or black. Okay? They call why did they call us that? Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. We were going to go. The curses were going to lead us into being proverbs and bywords, man. Okay? To separate us from our true identities. You see? All right. The Lord said, "I will also laugh when your calamity comes." What's he going to do, man? How's he going to laugh at a lot of these people? Okay? When something major happens to one of these men, Manat Zagba or whoever, I'm telling you right now, man. I told the brother about a vision I had of that brother, man. Okay? And I'm telling you right now, my wife's scared as shit of my dad. She be scared because she's seen shit happen to people that fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she seen shit happen and she's scared as shit, man. Don't say that and don't. Yeah, she thought I put a curse on her the one day. I told her the Most High will put a spirit on your ass. You love me if you can say, oh, you love me the most, and love me this and love me that. But the Most High will put a spirit on you to fucking leave. Don't put no curse on me. Don't do that. Take it back. You know, it was kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? But I knew generally, genuinely she was scared. You know what I'm saying? Because she saw stuff happen to people. You know that fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, man, you guys, man, really don't. I don't know who I am, but at the end of the fucking day, I know that things happen to people that like it, y'all. Things happen to people. My baby mama. Quick story. My baby mama. Um, there was the issue with some. I don't want to get into it, but I'm gonna put it like this: when she took me to court for child support, right? I think for my two daughters, I ended up paying like $1,200 a month. Okay, $600 each. You know, and I didn't mind. It's not a big fucking deal. At the end of the day, when she did that, a couple months later, she got kicked out of her Section 8, okay, because of her boyfriend. And they had moved and they had to pay $1,200 a month for fucking rent. Just that, that's just one. Okay. All right. Shit happens to people when they fuck with you. I'm just telling you. All right. So let me get back to Proverbs, man. I'm going to try to end this thing. All right. Verse 26, no, 27, Salakia. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. You're going to be calling on the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for protection, but you're not going to have it. Why? Because you refuse to come into his covenant. Okay? You're not going to have that protection. You're not going to have that hedge around you because you refused, okay, his reproof. All right? See, those people that are out here in ignorance, like the young lady I had to explain that he signed to, those that are out here in ignorance, they're going to be calling on the wrong name. But a lot of you men that understand the name of the Most High and his Son, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, they're going to be calling on his name, and he's not going to hear you. Then don't the scriptures tell you that when he asks you, you're going to say, Lord, Lord, you know what I mean? I prophesied in thy name. And he's going to say, I don't know you. Ain't that what he's going to say? I don't know you. You know what I mean? I know Yahweh the Maccabees. He got the right garment on. He got the tawaf. I know Kam Yakal. He got on the right garment. He got the tawaf. Shalom Abba, two witnesses, Bernard Bailey. Okay, Akawar. These men got on the right. They got on the right garment. They got the tawaf. But you don't have the tawaf. Why? Because you didn't consider my reproof. You didn't come into my covenant. You didn't listen to these men, these trusted men. You see? All right. So when your fear cometh as a desolation and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, okay, all hell's breaking loose. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Okay? All right. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find. When the economy collapses and you start seeing the leadership of these camps being arrested, shot down, okay? The vision that I had of the brother Manat Zakba, okay, on a live, all right? You see? What you're going to do is you're going to try to run to the new covenant, but at that point, man, I'm telling your ass right now, it's going to be too fucking late. It's going to be too late for a lot of you, man. Okay? It's going to be way too late, man. All right? They shall call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, the understanding of the new covenant, and did not choose the fear of Yahweh. Okay? So these men, these trusted men that are giving you the understanding of the new covenant, okay? That's you calling us assholes, bug outs, and demons. That's you hating this knowledge, man. Okay? That's you hating the reproof of the Most High Himself. We're just the messengers. Okay? All right? For they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. You're despising the reproof of the Most High because of his men. You're calling them bug outs and assholes and demons, right? That's you despising the Most High's words, man. That's you despising knowledge. Okay? You see? That's you despising being wise, man. You're despising wisdom, okay? Which is the Holy Scriptures. All right? She, wisdom. You're despising her, man. All right? That's what a lot of you brothers have done. Okay? They would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. There shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. All right? For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. Evil are Eve and ill, bad times. Okay? We're going to be in comfort. Like the brother Howard Maccabee said yesterday in his video. We will be comfortable in everyone else's when everyone else is in misery. But everybody else is being tormented. Okay? Physically, mentally, and spiritually tormented. A lot of these people don't understand that. And you brothers that have been in this truth for, you say, 30, 40 years, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, okay? And you understand wisdom, you understand reproof, you understand the fear of the Most High, but you're not teaching people how to be comfortable when the wrath of the Most High begins. All right? And being in comfort is being in the new covenant. If you're not, when all hell breaks loose, you're going to be in misery. And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kabadash. Again, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Israel that rule well. And shalom to the Achim, Aquathium, and the speckled bird listening and learning. Shalom.